All right. So just a update for you guys, so you can see what we have, where we're at, and what is essentially what we're waiting on. Did the show last night. Promised to give you guys an update. So to give y'all some sight into this, we got the replacement arm for the gimbal with the ESC board, door, and the arm piece that has the ESC, I guess, slot. We actually have the honest to God ESC board right here that goes in there that we can then wire up using this wonderful cable that showed up with it. Now, this is the original piece, and the color is a little bit different, but not too much. So we're going to we'll be able to live with that. And of course, this is a different color as well. But if I have to touch that up later on with some paint, I can do so. As for the drone itself, we've got the new prop mounts on. We've got the new blades in. So I went ahead to make sure that all of the prop mounts and blades are working and that they fit and they were snug. We have the new body over here that we're getting ready to move everything into. There'll be two parts to this. The first part is going to be moving the drone into the new body. The next part is going to be then assembling the gimbal and the camera and getting all of this put back together. We'll take the cover off of this. So we're awaiting the new frame, the new body for this to fix the broken or the cracked post. This motor here, which is the pitch motor, is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I checked the cables inside. There's no damage. It's perfect. The new motor that was sort of a surprise, this is the yaw motor, which goes on top of the yaw arm. And this, of course, is what hangs underneath the drone and basically, well, it actually hangs like this. Hangs under the drone and the camera, mounts to that. But what happened is that when I ordered the motor, it had this wonderful photograph like that, making me think that I was getting two, and I wasn't getting two. So essentially what I'm short is this little fella right here, which is a roll motor. The roll motor is what fits on the side of the gimbal. This is what basically allows the vertical movement for the camera. So once I get that roll motor, then I'll be able to reassemble the gimbal, put it in its new, put the camera in its new frame, get all of this put back together, have that wonderful moment where I get to snake this bad boy through all of the different little spots that it's got to go through, which I've heard is not the easiest thing to do, but it is not impossible. The other concern I have is that I've been told there's a 50-50 chance that when you wire all this stuff up and you get it on the ESC board and you get it mounted in there, that if the ESC board is not tuned to the motors and you turn it on, then there'll be a lot of smoke and I won't have any ESC board or motors. So that is a concern. It's a 50-50 shot from what I understand. Of course, I got all of my screws that I need. So if anything's missing, which of course these guys were really nice to send me these parts for the gimbal arm, but no screws. So thankfully I did invest in that, which will be great. And I have all of the gimbal itself, all the pieces here for this. So this is all ready to go. I have most everything reconnected the way that it needs to be. And it's basically just going to be like plug and play to get that thing back in the drone. As for the drone itself, the original body, of course, has lots of damage to it, but we've got the base taken off, and you guys have seen the photographs of it with its what is it? They call it a nappy. I think that's what Glen calls it. So this is basically ready to be taken apart and swapped into the new case. And thank you for Ken for putting the signature and all of that on there. So I've got the bottom, new base, new top, and of course the bird is singing, which is Ken's favorite part because he absolutely loves that bird. I'm going to tell you, it's a secret, but Ken really loves that bird. Sort of like you like sandpaper and on his skin and chalk going across the chalkboard. Other than that, I've got an extra blade, courtesy of Ken. This was one of the ones that didn't get destroyed when the drone crashed. So I have one extra, just in case I need it. As for when I'm going to get started on this, part of it is obviously waiting for the 2 components I need for the camera. But the other part is basically the general confidence level of tearing apart a drone that I know works at the moment and putting it in that frame, with the concerns that when I do that, it might not work again. So I do have some other parts lying around that are to the body. I've got the LED covers that go on the base here that I didn't bring out. Of course, I got the battery that was provided to me courtesy of one of the subscribers, and I have the have a new charging brick for that as well, from the same individual, which I appreciate. And thank you, Rick, for getting the camera case. Looking forward to seeing that here. Last time I checked, shipping wise, it showed that it was at the first port, whatever that means. So it's definitely coming from China, wherever it is. That's pretty much where I'm at the moment. So my goal is to have all of this assembled and put in the new body and working, hopefully before the end of November. I want to do it carefully and slowly, and make sure that nothing gets damaged, and that I have all the tools that I need. I got a brand new soldering iron. I got a brand new screw kit that I needed to find all the little screws that this thing has in it. DJI was very nice to strip a couple of those suckers, so was having some fun getting those things to release. And just other than that, it's just been a very interesting and fun project so far. And I want to thank everybody for helping out and contributing. It really makes the effort of work that I'm putting on this so much more rewarding, to know that I'm not the only one that really loves what this drone has done in its past, and that it really truly deserves to get a new life. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, everybody that contributed and helped out. This is definitely something that I look forward to sharing with you all, and I really look forward to getting this thing in the air. And at some point in time in the future, if we get a chance to cross paths with Ken, take it for a flight with him. So other than that, that's it for my update on the Heron Bird for today. And I will let you guys know when we're going to start getting into the real meat and potatoes and tearing her to pieces. So thank you very much. You guys have an absolutely fantastic weekend, and I look forward to giving you guys more updates in the future. Bye to all.